that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what, I understand, get resources. In what sane universe is there a link for see results anyway?
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, I gotta say, this clip we're about to watch might be one of the most important 5 minutes to come out of a congressional hearing in years. This is from the big tech CEO hearing on child safety, and what you're about to see is Mark Zuckerberg getting grilled. And I mean grilled, over reports that Instagram's own algorithm was actively helping pedophiles find and connect with accounts trading child sexual abuse material. We're talking promoted hashtags, warning screens that literally give predators the option to click see results anyway, and a CEO who, when asked basic follow-up questions about his own platform's safety failures, says, "I don't know," over and over again. I want you to really pay attention to the moment Zuckerberg gets asked, "What the hell were you thinking?" because his answer is not it. Watch how many times he dodges a direct number, a direct timeline, a direct accountability moment. This isn't a gotcha question. This is a senator asking the CEO of one of the biggest companies on earth to account for child safety on a platform used by literally hundreds of millions of minors. So go ahead, hit play on the full clip, watch it start to finish, and then come back, because I've got a lot to say about this one. And hey, if you care about this stuff even half as much as I do, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop a comment letting me know what you think before you even hear my take. Let's get into it.
Social media is a very powerful tool, but we're here because every parent I know, and I think every parent in America, is terrified about the garbage that is directed at our kids. I have 2 teenagers at home, and the phones they have are portals to predators, to viciousness, to bullying, to self-harm. And each of your companies could do a lot more to prevent it. Mr. Zuckerberg, in June of 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that Instagram's recommendation systems were actively connecting pedophiles to accounts that were advertising the sale of child sexual abuse material. In many cases, those accounts appeared to be run by underage children themselves, often using code words and emojis to advertise illicit material. In other cases, the accounts included indicia that the victim was being sex trafficked. Now, I know that Instagram has a team that works to prevent the abuse and exploitation of children online. But what was particularly concerning about the Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex, to potential buyers. Instagram also displayed the following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users 2 choices. Get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what, I understand, get resources. In what sane universe is there a link for see results anyway?
Well, because we might be wrong. We try to trigger this warning, or we tried to, when we think that there's any chance that the results.
Okay, you might be
harmful.
wrong. Let me ask you: how many times was this warning screen displayed?
I don't know, but the
you don't know. Why don't you know?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. But
Well, you know what, Mr. Zuckerberg? It's interesting you say you don't know it off the top of your head, because I asked it in June of 2023 in an oversight letter, and your company refused to answer. Will you commit right now to within 5 days answering this question for this committee?
we'll follow up on that.
Is that a yes? Not a will follow up. I know how lawyers write statements saying we're not going to answer. Will you tell us how many times this warning screen was displayed? Yes or no?
Senator, I'll personally look into it. I'm not sure if we have.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer that. Let me ask you this. How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway? I want to see that.
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that, but I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
And what follow-up did Instagram do when you have a potential pedophile clicking on, I'd like to see child porn? What did you do next when that happened?
Senator, I think that an important piece of context here is that any context that we think is child sexual
Mr. Zuckerberg,
abuse,
that's called a question. What did you do next when someone clicked, you may be getting child sexual abuse images, and they click, see results anyway? What was your next step? You said you might be wrong. Did anyone examine, was it in fact child sexual abuse material? Did anyone report that user? Did anyone go and try to protect that child? What did you do next?
Senator, we take down anything that we think is sexual abuse material on the service, and we do.
Did anyone
report
verify whether it was in fact child sexual abuse material?
Senator, I don't know if every single search result we're following up on, but
Did you report the people who wanted it?
Senator, do you want me to answer your question?
Yeah, I want you to answer the question I'm asking. Did you report
time to
the
speak, then?
people who click see results anyway?
That's probably one of the factors that we use in reporting. And in general, and we've reported more people and done more reports like this to NCMEC, the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, than any other company in the industry. We proactively go out of our way across our services to do this, and have made, I think it's more than 26 million reports, which is more than the whole rest of the industry combined. So,
Mr.
I think that
Zuckerberg,
an
Mr.
allegation
Zuckerberg,
that we,
your
that we don't take
company
this
and every
seriously-
social media company needs to do much more to protect children. All right, Mr. Chu, in the next couple of minutes.
All right, we're back. And honestly, I need a second because that was rough to watch, but in the right way. Let's break this down. First off, the framing at the top. The senator opens with something every single parent watching this can relate to. Every parent I know is terrified about the garbage directed at our kids. That's not political theater. That's just true. If you've got teenagers with smartphones, you already know the phone is not just a phone anymore. It's a portal, exactly like he said. And I think that's why this clip hits so hard for so many people. This isn't some abstract policy debate. This is, my kid has an Instagram account, and predators are using the app's own recommendation engine to find each other. Now, let's talk about the Wall Street Journal report itself, because this is the part that should make everyone's stomach turn. We're talking about Instagram's algorithm actively promoting hashtags tied to child exploitation content. Not failing to catch it. Not missing it because it's hidden in some dark corner of the internet. Promoting it. Connecting buyers to sellers. That is a fundamentally different level of failure than bad stuff slipped through moderation. That's the system working for predators instead of against them. And then there's that warning screen. I cannot get over this. You search for something that might be child sexual abuse material, and Instagram's solution is a screen that says, these results may contain images of child sexual abuse, and then gives you a button that says, see results anyway. Let that sink in. The senator's reaction, what the hell were you thinking, is exactly the reaction any normal person has. Zuckerberg's answer about directing people toward help resources sounds reasonable for like half a second, until you remember the alternative button is just showing you the abuse material anyway. That's not harm reduction. That's a turnstile. Here's what really got me though, the accountability dodge. When the senator starts asking specifics. How many times was this screen shown? How many people clicked see results anyway? Did anyone verify the material? Did anyone report the child? Zuckerberg's answer, basically every single time, is some version of, I don't know, I'll personally look into it. And the senator catches him on something huge. This exact question was asked in an oversight letter back in June 2023, and Meta refused to answer it then too. So, this isn't a guy who got caught off guard by a surprise question. This is a pattern. A company that has had this information requested of it before and chose not to provide it. And now, in front of cameras, under oath, the answer is still, I don't know. I do want to be fair for a second because Zuckerberg does push back with a number. He says Meta has made over 26 million reports to NCMEC, more than the rest of the industry combined. And look, if that's true, that's not nothing. Scale matters, and Meta operates at a scale no other platform does, so in raw volume, sure, that tracks. But, and this is the key thing, a big number of reports doesn't answer the specific question that was asked. The senator wasn't asking, how proactive is Meta overall? He was asking, what happened in this specific scenario, with this specific warning screen, with this specific button? Pivoting to a broad industry-leading stat when you're asked a narrow accountability question is a classic redirect, and I think most people watching can see right through it. The bottom line for me, this clip is a perfect example of why these hearings matter, even when people roll their eyes at Congress grilling tech CEOs. Because when you strip away the politics, what you're left with is a basic question. Did your platform make it easier for predators to find exploited children? And what did you do about it? And the person responsible for that platform could not give a straight answer. That should bother you regardless of what you think about the senator politically. This isn't a left-right issue. This is the algorithm protecting kids, or is it protecting engagement issue?
So that's my take.
The senator asked the questions every parent would ask if they had 5 minutes with Zuckerberg, and the answers we got back should worry you. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Meta's transparency on this is improving, or is this just more of the same? Like the video if you think accountability moments like this need to happen more often. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this one. And I'll catch you in the next video that you said, clean up this script, remove M dashes, and make it more human and concise.